Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Burn the Wagon, where we're here to burn the wagon that is capitalism, patriarchy, and colonialism. Today, my guest is an artist by the name of OG Natal. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Remember to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and here we are. Yo, what up? I think you might have to turn your camera the other way.
Hey,
Yo, what's up?
what's cracking, man?
How you doing today?
Good to meet you in person, man.
Right
That's
on.
what's up.
Same.
Oh, oh, man, just chilling. All rainy out here in Watsonville, but it's all good.
Right on.
I'm out
Same
here in the
here.
car right now, so I can hear you.
Same here in Mendo. We'll just get started with a quick prayer, and then we'll get going on the questions and topics we got going.
Oh,
So yeah, we'll just want to send love to anybody that's suffering from mental health issues. I want to send love to anybody that's suffering from domestic violence issues. I want to send love to any of our unhoused community that's out there suffering from the rain. I want to send love to any of you that are watching right now or in the future. I want to send love to any of our Palestinian relatives. And lastly, I want to send love to precious Mother Earth. And right now I'm coming to you from Pomo territory, specifically the Padaha Dapo, which is the Rivermouth Reservation.
hmm
My guest today is an artist by the name of OG Natal, and I'm going to go give yourself a chance to give yourself an intro and let people know what you want them to know about you, and then we'll get going on the questions from there.
oh. I don't have my glasses, so I'm kind of... Okay, my name is OG Natal. I'm an artist, hip hop artist since '83. I got into hip hop in '81. My older cousin was a DJ from Watsonville named DJ Hard Knocks, aka Richard Gutierrez. He was one of the first hip hop DJs ever in Watsonville, and a graffiti artist and a popper. And his influence was Bubba G. Scotch, the founder of hip hop in the whole Central Coast. Bubba G. Scotch, rest in peace. And my cousin Richie, DJ Hard Knocks, got me into hip hop, and I started doing getting on the microphone in '83 in his little studio. He had turntables and all that, and he got me into doing that. And if it wasn't for him, I probably would never got into rap, but he influenced me. And so I started working with him a little bit, but then I went to Santa Cruz with one of the first hip hop DJs in Santa Cruz who brought hip hop next to Bubba G. Scotch. Bubba G. Scotch was also his influence, and his name was Cutmaster Kurt. He became my DJ in the early '80s, and he founded a lot of the hip hop period for Santa Cruz, Cutmaster Kurt. And he was my DJ, and I used to hang around with MC Groove, Special K, female rapper Special K. There was a few other rappers, K Fresh. Um, Man, that was like when hardly nobody was rapping out there, and I was one of the first brown rappers in the whole Santa Cruz County, and it was a trip because we was doing it, and it was like so amazing, it was positive. And I met a DJ who would come over named DJ Divine from San Jose, and he later produced Tupac and Death Row music. And before that, now he's called Assassin. He's in LA now. But that ended up being my DJ, and we went all throughout the Bay Area, getting on stage, car shows, going anywhere. We'd go to bars, and we were underage, rapping at bars. And we were just really trying to do it. And a guy in LA named Kid Frost, he does that song, This Is for the Raza.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
that, you know that song? I'm in that video. I'm wearing my MC Time hat. They used to call me MC Time. I got that name from DJ Assassin. So anyhow, I went to LA, and I got in a rap crew called the Latin Alliance with Kid Frost, Mellow Man Ace, the first rapper to rap Spanish in the West Coast. He did Mentirosa and all these other songs. He was in that crew. Cypress Hill, before they blew up, they were in that crew. So I was always hanging around with these guys, and I got along with B Real. B Real was one of the coolest cats I met back in the day. Real easygoing dude, and it was cool. It was something cool. I came up north to visit my family, and one of my friends who was in a gang got in a beef, and he shot someone and killed him, and we all got a life sentence. So I did 21 years straight, got back out, got into music, and I dropped a track with Chuck D from Public Enemy, Rocket Era Science from Dilated Peoples, Mellow Man Ace from the old Latin Lions crew I was in. Um, I dropped the track with Cocaine, who sings hooks for Snoop Dogg. I dropped the track with Baby Easy E, and a few other people. And that's what I'm doing. Music is, I'll never give up my music. Hip hop has always been my life. And I'm also an artist, and that's what I do, and that's who I am. And I'm an indigenous MC, and and I'm just filling you in as much as I can, real quick. I can go on forever, but man, you know, yeah.
Oh, right on. First question I got right off the top, like, do you remember your first verse that you wrote?
Oh man, oh that's crazy. Oh, it's been a long, man. I can't remember something like, oh man, shoot, bro. You got me on that one. I know all my new songs, but my old ones, oh man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, you got me thinking like, man, I better go learn that. Maybe
Well,
I can redo.
because you said you started in '83, and
Yeah.
and that gets my brain thinking, man, what was your brain
Uh,
putting out in
um,
'83 compared to 2024 or 2023? You know what I mean?
I remember saying something like, my lyrical laydown is top priority. I'm a minority. I begin with spunk. At the same time, I kick in the funk. That was one of them. Yeah, that's from like '83, bro. God damn, that's long. That's a long time, man.
And
Whoa,
another thing
man.
I wanted to ask you too is like compared to then, like hip hop compared to the rap compared to then and compared to now. Obviously, a lot of people are going to say what was back then is a lot better. But
Yeah,
what is your thoughts on
back then,
where
back
hip hop
then.
is going and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, back then we were watching Yo MTV Raps, and we were like imitating a lot of East Coast rappers. And then the gangster rap came in right when I went to prison. And to be honest, the gangster rap era was kind of a setup. It was kind of a setup. And Crazy Bone, Ice Cube, they talk about that now, how they wanted the gangster rap to take over, and it ended up flooding the prisons. And black and brown people are $1 million business to who, those people, them, the ones that who we're talking about, and that changed it. The gangster rap changed it. Even Ice Cube says it now. Like, yeah, and that kind of influenced everybody to start getting real street, and it's still out there. You have a lot of street rap, a lot of gangster rap, and that's out there, and that really kind of like turn it to more street instead of be yourself, uplift your people, talk about something positive for your people, try to get the people to unite. That kind of like disappeared, you know what I mean? There is some people who still rap about stuff like that, and it's sad that people are finding so much glory in I'll shoot you, I'll bust a cap, I got my gun, I got my women twerking on my Maserati while I'll shoot you at the same time, wearing all my diamonds that are from blood diamonds from Africa, where kids have to get killed over those diamonds. That's how I feel. And that's why when I got out of prison after 21 years, I was in prison around nothing but violence. Level 4, it's psycho. I was in the SHU program. It's crazy. I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish that on no kids. I wish all these kids out here a good life and a happy life, and a very prosperous life. That's what I wish, because I know firsthand, the system is made to house black and brown people and poor white people, poor Asian people. And it's just $1 billion business. You go in there, there's no rehabilitation. You have to make your own rehabilitation. I filed a writ of habeas corpus. They denied me. I filed another writ of habeas corpus. That's to try to get out, even though you have life. I had life. And then they denied me. I filed a third writ of habeas corpus. They denied me. And the parole board told me, you're never getting out as long as we're sitting here. And then I filed a fourth time, and they tried to deny it, and I won. A Mexican judge from San Jose named Boca Negra, he said, no, this guy has won his freedom. He has done everything you asked. He's got a trade. He got NA and AA. He got a couple years clean. And by all rights, a 16 years to life can get out after 18 years. And I had 16 to life. So I had 20 in. And they were like, no. And then an African American judge stepped in, Boca Negra's friend, and said, you know what? I'm taking all of you parole board people to the feds because you're illegally keeping this guy. His writ was legit and he won. And you're still, and they let me out. Boom. They sent me to Soledad prison and paroled me because you can't parole from a level 4. A lifer can't parole. You got to parole from level 3. But it was a trip, bro, because when I went to the hearing, the parole hearing, to get parole, all these lifers that had the same amount of time, they didn't believe what I was saying, that this you could file a writ and get out. And they go, no, once you have life, you're never getting out. 7, 16, 25, you're never getting out. And I'm like, nah, I was telling all these guys, you got to file the paperwork. So everyone was laughing at me, man. And I was like, oh, man, if they deny me, I'm going to get laughed at so hard. So I went in there and I came out with a paper, parole granted, right? And I walk out onto the yard, the gate goes, and I walk out to the yard, and every race turned around and got quiet, stopped working out. Every race was looking at me, right? And these dudes, a dude from the Bay Area, East Oakland, Jayway, he walked up to me and he goes, what happened, dog? I go, I just got parole granted. Oh man, hey, all the Oakland car hugged me, then the people from over here hugged me. Oh man, it was a trip. The whole yard was just hugging me, man. There was one dude crying, man, because he had the same time as me. And I told him, no, I'm gonna give you everything, all my paperwork, because it costed $1,000 for a lawyer to type it out. I go, I'll give it all to you. Don't trip, man. And I gave it to him before I paroled. He was Vietnamese and Chinese. He was from the Bay Area. His name was Jimmy. So it was a trip, bro. It was like, wow. And now I'm in the books. My name is in my real name is in the law books of lifers getting out. And they had to start going by protocol by letting lifers out who had all their time in there, met their metrics, called a metric system. But yeah, man. So, man, bro, like, yeah.
What
So,
was what was the first spot you hit right out when you got out?
I went to my grandma's house in Soquel, rest in peace. And all my family was there, and it was a trip because like they was giving me all these presents and stuff, and I was putting them in the corner. And my uncle goes, you don't gotta put all your stuff in the corner. You don't gotta like go put all your stuff to the side and protect it. He goes, no one's gonna take nothing from
Yeah.
Bro, hey man, I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning, working out and getting in the shower with my boxers on, and everybody was making fun of me. And to tell you the truth, I'm still institutionalized, and and I still have trouble sleeping, and it's still a healing process for me, bro. It really is, and a lot of people will never understand that, like it's a very hard thing to go through that, being told constantly you're never going home, and all the violent stuff in there. And a lot of my friends committed suicide or even drank themselves to death. Like with the prison wine, they had Hep C and they still drank themselves to death. And, and it's like, it wasn't for my grandmother visiting me. And by chance, I just asked her one day, I go, hey, are we Aztec? Because all these dudes had the Aztec stuff on. And this is when I was young. I asked her that, and she said, no, we're not Aztec. I go, oh man, I was gonna get all Aztec stuff all over. It was a thing in there. And she goes, no, we're Yaqui, and we're Paula Reservation from San Diego. That's my dad's side. So they're like they call Luiseño the colonizer name, but it's Payún Cuichum, and then the Achiman from the Juaneño, San Juan Capistrano, Orange County. So their real name is Achiman. But I was told we all descend from the Cahuilla, ancient Cahuilla, the bird singers. And then I asked her, well, what is my mom? Because my mom doesn't talk about what she is. And she says, well, I know your mom's father. He was a Loney. And I go, okay, a Loney. So, and then my mom's mom was Cherokee from the reservation in, I think, Tahlequah or Pushmataha, something like that, in Oklahoma, born and raised on a res. And so I really wanted to learn about the native way so bad. And then I started going up to the natives in prison and saying, hey, man, and just they would give me books. They would sit there and talk for hours with me. I'd work with some. And that's how I learned. And then elders would come in and pour water in prison. And I was lucky enough to go to the sweat lodge and learn from some of them. A lot of them actually. And then my uncle Raymond Contreras, rest in peace, I would call him. I'd start asking him. He's always at the reservations in San Diego, and I'd call him and ask him everything. Oh man, and it gave me something positive, and it saved my life. It made me feel like, man, you know what? I am not lost. I am somebody. I'm on my own land, and I feel good, Mother Earth, Father Sky, the four winds. Every day is a sacred ceremony, every day is just a blessing just to breathe, and when you're like that, you could be poor, rich, whatever, you'll be happy because you're living in balance and harmony. You're not living for the material things. You're living to honor your breath and your heartbeat and everything around you. You know.
Absolutely. And you got already somebody in the comments saying, "Nice seeing you on. Love your painting, brother." So yeah,
That's
you
cool.
got a lot of love.
That's
Was it hard? Was it hard trying to reconnect to all these things, especially being behind bars? Like when you found out.
Yeah, it was hard because like so many brothers and sisters, whether they're Chicano or Apache or Navajo, we're all the same Indian blood. We're all indigenous, and when we go up in the hood, all we know is like drugs and violence, and you have to decolonize yourself from that. You have to get that out of you. And it's so hard because when you become a peaceful person, just because you did doesn't mean this homie over here did, and then it's like you're trying to show them a better way, and some people, they don't want to listen. They want to stay rooted in that anger, or survival mode. It's not their fault. A lot of people are in survival mode, and all I can do is try to be a mirror of a better way, and show people, what this is what I learned, and this is what I came from, what you came from, but I'm trying to show you a better way, because it was hard to learn all this. It was hard. And sometimes when you learn that powerful knowledge from people that are powerful, it's scary. It's scary. To even the sweat lodge scared me the first time I went in. And after that, it was, but knowledge once you learn so much knowledge, it's kind of your responsibility to share it, to keep it going, because we don't have libraries. It's inside of us, so we teach each other,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And shout out to the homie Gabe who made this connection. He's in the
Oh
chat
yeah,
right now.
Gabriel
Yeah.
Luis, man, thank you so much, Gabe,
Yeah.
brother, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's it's pretty wild. Being able to like reconnect and watching all these people reconnect is amazing. And these platforms that like Instagram make it even better to watch each other reconnect, and watch each
yeah.
other share each other's knowledge and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
that's beautiful. How many times were you able to attend Sweat Lodge? Were they like brought in pretty frequently?
They would come once a week, and I would go every once in a while for my like last few years in prison.
Okay.
and
And
and it
were you
was
in for the most time were you in the same prison or did they move you a lot?
I went to every level 4, bro. It sucked. They just would just move you. I went to like Corcoran, SATF, Folsom, uh, Calipatria. Oh my god, bro! San Quentin was the reception, right? And then from there, I went to Calipatria, and then after that, the rest is history. I bounced at every single one of them, and it was just like, bro, man, I can't even get a visit. My family lived far from every prison, and like sometimes my dad went all the way to Calipatria though, and then my grandma, when I went to Folsom, New Folsom, Repressa, she was visiting me a lot. My grandma, my grandpa, yeah, when they were alive, yeah, they used to visit me. So yeah, they really move you around a lot, bro. It's pretty vicious, man. But yeah, it's not a place of rehabilitation. It's sad to say that they put people in prison, young people who don't know no better usually, and they don't really help you. They just throw you to the wolves. You know what
And
I mean?
you said you weren't doing any hip hop or anything in there, were you?
I was writing. I used to write my lyrics, and I'd write a song out, and Marcelo would be like, "Hey man, you rap?" I go, "I've been rapping since I was a kid, man." And he go, "Who do you rap with?" And I was telling him all the people I rap with. He's like, "Yeah, right. Yeah." He didn't believe me. Most of them didn't believe me. So I stopped even telling people, but I would keep writing, and then I get pissed off and rip it up and throw it in the toilet and flush it because I'll be like, "Man, I'm not getting out. This is my dream." It's like when you have a really big dream and it's gone, so you don't want to think about it, but you still write once in a while. And oh man, but like once in a while, like a lot of my songs are I written in prison. I wrote in prison. Like this one track that goes, this one brother, he was Cherokee. He was like, "That song's bad. You got to get out and make that song one day." And I never thought I was gonna get out to make the song, and I did. And like people of the sun, with respect, that flow for the Inca, Aloni, Lakota, Taino, Mexica. I'm here to put it down for the native from Alaska to Chile. We're all related. You know what I mean? I wrote all that in prison, and people trip out like, "Oh, he's doing it now." Like people got their phone in the pen. They got their, well, he's out there doing it. That's crazy.
Where
Yeah, that's
can
cool though,
where
man.
where can folks find your music that are listening today or in the future?
YouTube. And then I just uploaded a bunch of songs on SoundCloud out of nowhere. I just put them all on SoundCloud. Like most of all my songs are on SoundCloud. I just put them up.
Cool.
So yeah, so that
And then
yeah.
another first question I got too is, what was the first place you performed?
The first place I performed, I think with Cutmaster Kurt in like a hall in Palo Alto. He did a show, and I just performed with him a song, and I think that was it. Palo Alto. It was a hall. It was kind of crazy, man. Like Palo Alto back in like 80 something was like 84 or 85, 80. It was kind of crazy, man.
It's a little
Yeah,
bit different now. It's fucking
it's
gentrified
all
as hell.
nice, huh?
Yeah.
I heard, yeah. Even Compton's nice now, and South Central, a lot of places are nice now. I'm like, what the hell? That's
Like
crazy.
I just wonder how we like how do we make the like like Compton and places like that, how do we keep it Compton but not make like but increase the way things look around the community, right? But not make it so unaffordable for people that they get kicked out of their neighborhood that their families have been in for forever, you know?
Man. I
How do we
mean,
stop
wait.
gentrification, but also how do we like up
Yeah,
the community, you know what I mean? Make the community better.
man. I was thinking about that, right? And the way my brain is working on that is like they got all these people to fight each other and gangbang on each other and sell drugs and shoot each other. Meanwhile, people from other countries are taking over all the houses, the stores, the neighborhoods. And it's like by the time we say, you know what, we need to buy our own houses, we need to buy our own stores, we need to take care of our community, everything's owned by other people. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. And when I was in East LA, I was buying some tacos. I was in I think I was in Boyle Heights, or I was on Whittier Boulevard buying some tacos, and I seen people from other countries buying houses and stores, literally right in front of me. They're on a tour, and you could see all the people who are from there just looking across the street, mad, like, and it's sad because it's like it it's I want to say indigenous people, bro. Like we love the earth, and we treat other people good, and they took advantage of that because we're not in the money. So people that are really business savvy came and just overtook everything. The cities, made the cities, ran the cities, the banks, the hospitals, and I really feel like they want us to eat all this bad food so we can get diabetes and be their number one patient. And because I studied a little bit about the food in prison and our diets, we didn't have diabetes. We didn't have diabetes. We weren't overweight. We didn't have a lot of the things that we have, like all this depression, and we didn't have that because we had such a clear mind and we were connected to the earth and the seasons, and the food we ate was good to our body, not detrimental to our body. You know what I'm saying? And I think when we can go back to to that living the old ways, the old school ways, I think a lot more people are gonna heal and come back down and release whatever we're holding that's messing us up, you know?
Yeah,
And
absolutely. And like for us, it was they gave us commodities. It was called. So we got really reliant on those commodities, and those commodities weren't at all beneficial to
yeah,
our health. It
no,
was all like you're saying. It's always just giving us these bad health problems, and we're just like, oh, it's the only thing that we have to eat.
yeah,
It's very unfortunate.
they took your natural way of fishing and all your hunting and you guys ate. Did you guys eat the acorns too? The mush or
Yeah, my mom,
yeah,
my mom loves acorn
yeah,
mush.
yeah, with the berries in it and stuff. Yeah, I learned a little bit about that. They took that away, like the natural way of being. So you're forced to and then the alcohol that don't help. People start drinking. Oh man, that just
And
it's sad, man.
And you always see the iconic picture of the big pile of skulls, the buffalo skulls, right?
Yeah,
And kind of the same thing happened where they killed off the salmon up north when
yeah.
they put in the dams. So like people don't think about that stuff too.
Yeah, that was like your guys' buffalo, the salmon, huh? Like how some tribes have the buffalo, the Lakota, and like you guys had the salmon and I think elk. Was it
Yeah,
elk or
yeah, a lot of like a lot of stuff like that. Yeah.
I know this one brother. He was I think Yurok. He had a square drum. I never seen a square drum. He had a square drum. You ever see those way up
No.
north? It's a
Uh-uh.
Yurok or Karuk or Yurok. Yeah, it's a square drum. The boom boom. But I think I learned a Pomo song from a Pomo brother inside a hummingbird song.
Oh, really? What was his name?
Elgin. Elgin.
I
He
okay. Do you know his first name?
tattooed. That's all I
'Cause
remember. Elgin,
I have
light
some family
complected.
members that are Elgins here right now.
I think he's Portuguese, half Portuguese. He
Oh,
light skinned.
okay.
He tattooed. He's all tatted up. He did a
Okay.
tattoo on my leg. He taught me
If you
a
remember his name, just
hummingbird
let me know.
song. The song goes, it's the clapper stick. Hutty hutty yo yo, hey mina, hutty hutty yo. You know that
Uh-uh.
song? Hutty hutty. Oh, it's a hummingbird, Pomo.
I'm gonna have
Yeah, he said you got to go like that. Like I don't know how to do it, but he was showing me.
I'm gonna have to play I'm gonna have to play that for my cousin. He's a singer
Oh,
too.
hutty hutty yo yo, hey mina. Yeah, that's it, mina. Yeah, but yeah, I just know Elgin, and I know he tattooed really good. He did a tattoo on my leg, and he's tattooing a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we kind of started talking a little bit about it, touched a little bit on it. But I like to ask this question to everybody.
Hmm.
First, I like to ask, what does land back mean to you?
Hmm.
And then following that, what does decolonize mean to you? Because everybody has a little bit of a different idea of what those things mean.
Well, first of all, the United States government broke every treaty they made. They didn't honor any of it. So how about let's honor the treaties and start going tribe to tribe to tribe. And first of all, maybe get on TV and apologize. They've never apologized to Native people, African American people for what they've done. And it's like, where's the apology? There's not even an apology. I'm sorry what we did. There's no apology. That's insane. How do you annihilate millions of people, enslave them, and never give an apology? Like, get over it. Just get over it. Like, and they don't understand. An apology can go a long way. If you just say, you know what, we messed up. We're sorry. We truly messed up, and that's the beginning. And then all the treaties, open them back up, and let's start granting the treaties. And let's start getting with people and saying, look, this is your land. We want to return it to you. And we want to find a way where everyone could live in good ways and not say, oh, it's mine, it's mine. No, no, we're all going to, because I know people are fighting over casinos and money right now. And that's not even good. That's like, wow, that's not even our people. It's sad. But I
And
think they,
and People think that holidays are gonna like you are replace in place of these apologies, like you're saying.
Yeah, no, like Thanksgiving. That's like actually making fun of Native people, how they killed them. Like a lot of people don't even know. And like Pocahontas was just a little kid when some older dude took her and they molested her and killed her. It's like they don't know that. And decolonize for me means, um, like I don't celebrate the holidays. I don't celebrate the holidays. I mean, not everyone could tell their family, "Hey, stop doing that." I know that it will be hard, but me myself, I don't celebrate the holidays. Um, I'm not into Christianity or Catholicism because I know what they did to my people all in the missions, and a lot of people don't understand that those missions were put there to break down the native people, and they had a full open door. This is very sad, but I'm keeping it real. They had a full open door to molest native kids. They let them do it. And I mean, they have records of Queen Elizabeth showing up to the Mohawk schools and taking the kids and not bringing them back, and they just disappear. You know, I mean, who do you think started all this? I mean, it's all behind gold and land, and they don't look at us as human beings, and it's still like that in so many ways. And decolonize is, in a way, for me, is not to think like a materialistic person or a racist person, because I know the native people believe we're all two-legged, we're humans. So that's why natives didn't have a problem adopting anybody, white, black, this, that, whatever. We seen that people with two legs are people with two legs, human beings. That's part of our thing. The four colors of corn, like the Hopi, the four colors of corn represent the four colors of man. And I'm a firm believer in that. And decolonize means to think like this as a human being. What is good for all human beings? We're all here now. We can't just tell people, oh, you got to go, you got to go. That's not going to happen. So we have to think in realistic terms and just try to figure out how everyone could be in balance and harmony. Like the was it a native saying, or a native dream, a prophecy, that all human beings have to come together to save Mother Earth because it's going to go. And that's true. I really believe that we all have to come together for Mother Earth, because look what's happening, man. Like, all in the name of greed. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, when they hear us say land back, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna make me go back to my country," and it's like, no, we're here. We're already at this point where you're here.
Yeah.
Like everyone's here. Everyone's living here. We just want people to have access to certain parts of land that they didn't have access to before. Because, like you're
Right,
saying, like
right,
Acorn, a lot of tribes in Pomo territory don't have access to certain acorn trees because they lie on certain people's property that is a private property that you can't go on. Like all
right,
we're saying is we want access to certain medicine that is out there for indigenous people,
right,
certain certain fishing spots, certain because like as indigenous people we have to have a fishing license. It's crazy on our own. Like I had a homie over here the other day. It's like I'm not getting a fishing license to go hunting or fishing on my own land where my
wow,
ancestors have done that for
wow.
thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I still don't get it. it it's a trip. Even when I go to Santa Cruz, it's like I don't see no Ohlone people owning anything. It's just all just like a tourist attraction where they make all this money off park here, souvenir shop, Starbucks. It's sad, like you don't even see no indigenous people like on the beach, a certain part of the West Cliff. It's all just people from other places. It's sad, man. I mean, I'm not trying to be racist, but at one time, just think there was nothing but indigenous people on those beaches, and the bears and eagles everywhere, and now it's just, man, it's crazy.
I
Every
I lived out there for
man.
10 years and didn't start running into natives until um,
Hmm.
year 7 that I lived there, or 8,
Yeah.
and most of them weren't even Ohlone. Um,
Hmm.
And when I
It's
did
crazy.
start getting like kind of in connection with like a certain people from out there, um, yeah, they didn't have any representation. They didn't have any access to owning any businesses. Um,
Yeah.
there's no like there's the Mission Santa Cruz, but there's nothing other than that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Um, so it's tough, you know. And then I'm learning that there's a couple different tribes that existed in Santa Cruz area. So there's
Hmm.
Amamusin, and then there's Awaswas,
Yeah.
and then there's a couple, you know. So like, there's a lot that people don't know.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
lived in Santa Cruz
Exactly.
for 10 years, and I had no idea about any of this.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's. I grew up here as a kid in the Central Coast, Watsonville. Always in Santa Cruz, and as a kid growing up in the streets, chasing hip hop, and just I didn't know anything about that. That's why when my grandma told me in the visit room, she said Alonia. I said, "What?" I almost thought she was saying baloney. Not to be disrespectful at all, man, but I was just this young kid in prison with my head cut off, running all crazy around prison, and just lost, so lost. You know, never learned about no religions, never learned about nothing, and I'm just like, man, and so I went up to a native brother and I told him about, do you know what the Alonis are? Who the Alon? And he's like, oh yeah, yeah. So I use my artwork and my music and all that to try to honor everybody's tribes and my tribes too by mentioning them as much as I can because I'm multi-tribal. And this one guy in prison, he was pouring the water from the streets. He told me, you can only represent one tribe. You can't keep saying you're all these tribes. I'm like, well, I'm learning, and this is what my grandparents on this side are, my grandparents on this side are. And he's all, well, you got to pick one. And I'm like, oh, man. And then I told the older native brother on the yard, and he goes, I'll beat that motherfucker. I go, nah, man. He was pissed, man. He goes, you're one. He goes like this, you're one. You are one. Don't ever let no one tell you different. He was an old native, you know, he knew his ways. And he was mad, and you know, I was like, nah, brother, I'm not trying to get you caught up, man. And he was just so mad that that guy told me, you got to pick a tribe. You can't claim more than one tribe. I'm like, where the hell do you get these guys coming into prison? You know, I learned a lot of those guys who go into prisons are just turnkeys. They just go in there and sit there and act like they're teaching, and they get all this money, and they don't really care about the brother's well-being. You know, it's sad, but
It's
there's some
that
good ones. But
it's that
from what I see,
capitalistic lifestyle, that capitalistic mindset, you know. But
hmm,
yeah, I that when I think of you, when him saying that you have to, I've like, because I've interviewed a couple of people on here from like the Dene tribe, and what
yeah,
they do is they list their all their clan on their mother's side, and then their clans on their father's side. So yeah, that just
yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I didn't feel right. You know, I felt it like this is not right what he's saying. Even though I was learning, I was like, nah, I don't feel this. So it's always follow your heart. You know, your heart will tell you, you know, what's going on. You know.
Absolutely. Is there any other topics that I didn't bring up that you want to kind of touch on that you want people to know
Uh,
of? Is there any future projects that I know you just
yeah.
said you really just put a bunch of music on SoundCloud, but yeah, anything I didn't bring up, just let people know.
I have a video coming out. My friend Diego, he's a film person, a photographer, film guy. He just did a video with me. It's coming out soon. I'll put it on YouTube. It's a new video. The song's called Four Colors of Corn. What we were talking about, the four colors of corn reps all man. We're all from the earth, just different lands. So we're gonna put that out soon. And I probably have some collabs coming out pretty soon, probably down south, LA. Um, yeah, right now I'm concentrating on my painting. I paint a lot, and I'm getting all my stuff situated for shirts, hats, and beanies and all that. It's just a lot of organizing, and I'm doing that right now with my family. And that's kind of all I'm doing right now. Like, you know, just staying
And
busy,
you
you
got
know.
somebody asking
Um,
if you got anything planned for the LA area.
uh, yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. Not right now, but coming up in a little whiles down the road. Yeah, San Diego too.
Is
But
there anywhere that people can pick up your prints?
I'm gonna put all that. I'm gonna make a website, and I'm putting all that. Me and my sister's helping me do that right
Cool,
now. So,
right
cause I
on.
got a lot of art. I got a lot of art.
And
So
how long
yeah.
have you been doing like painting and stuff like that? I know we only talked about hip hop, but
I started painting when I got out. Um, I didn't paint in prison. I drew and I tattooed, and it was mostly that black and white powder style. And I came home and I got tired of that, and I wanted to do something different. So I started painting a lot of colorful stuff, man, and it like freed and unlocked my mind. It's like therapy. So yeah, so I do a lot of painting with colors, and I like it. It makes me go to another place. So yeah.
hell yeah.
Hmm.
Cool, man. I want to say thank you so much for coming on. I
All
appreciate
right,
you
brother.
coming on and being vulnerable, and letting people
Hmm.
know about your story, where you've been, your hip
Hmm.
hop, yeah, everything, talking
Thank
about
you.
sobriety, talking about decolonizing. I really appreciate you coming on and telling everybody what you had to say. And I look
Thank you,
forward to
bro.
the music you got coming. And when you get shirts too, tap in with me
Yeah.
because I would want to do a shirt exchange or something.
Okay. Okay. Cool, brother. All right, man. Peace out, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check your music out on YouTube too. I'm gonna go bump that shit, and I'm gonna let people know. Go check it out too.
Okay. All right, brother. Thank you very much, man. Have
Right
a
on.
good one. Peace, everybody. All right.
Yeah, you too. And I'll be
All
looking
right.
forward to connecting soon too.
All right. That's what's up, man. All right. All right. Peace.
Peace.
How do you-
Right on, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to the homie OG Natal. Came through and did his thing. Go and check his music out on YouTube. Tap in with him soon for get some merch. Tap in with me on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. If you know anybody that wants to get interviewed out there, if you got anybody's story that should be told, if you know any artists that are popping right now, let me know. I'll set up an interview. And thank you. Much love. Peace and love, yo.